Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 4! It's gonna take me a while to get used to saying that 4. A 5 might slip out every now and then, you have to understand. It's habit. In the last episode, we dropped off some supplies in Manila, and then sunk a couple ships, because that's what we're out here to do. So we can see here, reach the naval base in Manila and deliver supplies, completed. Make our way to grid quadrant SZ72. That's a big ol' incomplete. But we do have this thing up here. I don't know why we got a little check mark there. Maybe it's because, you know, the Kriegsmarine is just like, look, Güntram, you were sitting on a beach for 6 months. You're kind of rusty at this. We appreciate what you just did, taking care of a tanker and a cargo ship for the Americans. That's not our main objective, of course. Our main objective is going to Australia. There's just one thing I want to check, and that is, yeah, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only port that I'll be able to repair in right now is Penang. So, we definitely don't want to be taking damage, because that is a long-ass way away from where we're headed. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to thank everybody for the, yeah, that's what I want, and that's what I want, for the amazing response to the first episode. It was a bit of a slog to get up there, I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually like staying up till 4 in the morning to make sure something uploads, but in this case I had to. So thank you all very much. I'm sorry it's not in high def. I really truly am. I want this series in 1080. But apparently Windows Movie Maker or YouTube, it's one of the two. I'm not sure which is the culprit, so I guess I shouldn't go blaming Microsoft, even though that is the popular thing to do. Was like, hey, you know what? No, we're not going to take this video at 1080, but it did at 720. So I'm going to try and get as many of these as I can in high def. And you know, if it isn't, I do apologize. But at least with 720, you can pretty much see everything that's going on. I just want to get a good shot at the Columbia here, because this game still allows for some pretty awesome moments. And we can see the lifeboats, they're still kicking around. And, you know, we could go over and say hi to these guys, but I think they might feel a little antagonistic towards us. I don't know why they would. It's not like we took away their homes away from home or anything. But, yeah, I have a feeling they wouldn't be as receptive to us just coming along and being like, hey, what's up? Or even plowing over lifeboats. It's kind of a dick move. I don't know if I want to be that big of a jerk, but hey, you never know what the future has in store. So what's the plan for this mission? Or this episode, I should say, is to try and actually complete this mission. So we're heading down to SZ72, and from there, hopefully we can sink, you know, even one ship. We got 2 and we got 18,000 tons. Our mission is to sink 5,000. So that shouldn't be too difficult. As long as we see a ship over here, we should be able to sink it. As usual, my biggest concern is aircraft. So, I'm going to actually make sure that these things are off. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to go and do this pretty regularly, just to make sure. That kind of looks like a little bit of a barbecue or a toaster oven. This might be the best spot to be in. You can have toast whenever you want, and a record player, and all sorts of other fun things. Anyway, because I'm rambling about the interior of my ship, obviously I've got nothing else to say. I'm going to see you guys when we get closer to Australia and we got a target to sink. See you in a bit. Alright, so, we're still nowhere near Australia, but we've got another contact. It's about 15 kilometers out, and if I attempt to start playing this game properly, that should be the expected course of this freighter. Now I think there's another way to increase the guesstimation if I plop a thing in the middle, and I think go out to about 10 nautical miles? which seems like huge. Oh, that's 10 kilometers. Oh god, okay, so if we do this at like 5-ish, man, this game, it's forcing me to do math, and I don't know how I feel about it. And just sort of like, you know, continue along. I could be using the thingy, the compass, to really get this accurate, but somewhere in this general area, and obviously he could go further west, but I'm going to assume he's going to be around in here. Somewhere around here we should be able to pick this ship up. So, what I'm going to want to do, it's going to take us about 40 minutes to get over here. How quick is this guy going? Do we know? We don't, but well, speed medium, so that could mean anything. We're going medium speed as well. So hopefully we can catch this guy and make a target of him. Is he within visual range now? I would imagine he probably is. Take a look, 12 kilometers out. Let's see. Over yonder this way somewhere. I believe... Well, it doesn't look like we can see the guy, which is good. We want to remain as hidden as possible, because honestly, I wouldn't mind doing this the right way. And, you know, actually sneaking up on a guy. Using all my wiles to sink him instead of, you know, leaving it up to chance. So let's hit that periscope depth. And if we inspect our torpedo station, we have certainly blown through an awful lot of torpedoes. But that's okay, we've got like 8 more in reserve. We can only fit 5 more, so we're doing just fine when it comes to fishes to put in the water. I think, anyway. Everything tells me we're doing A-okay. Slowly slinking under. I don't know if we got our radar going. Let's check it. We don't. So I don't know what turns this thing on or off. It's not me, and I don't think it's crew change, because this thing's been off overnight. It's now, you know, 9:45 in the morning. So, I don't know. I don't know what's doing it, but something's doing it. Anyway, now that we're under, we can be sneaky. Now, it looks like this guy may actually... Oh, there's 2! There's 2 of them. Looks like this guy may actually be headed straight for us. So what I'm going to do is pull some fancy-dancy reversing, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of that waypoint for now. We'll do this... Oh, damn the freaking everything. Too much time acceleration. That was a very big rookie mistake. About 4 kilometers out now, so we should still be able to see him and at least get some kind of visuals going on. Hopefully, at least get an idea of what it is we're facing. So there's forward. These guys should be out here. We got another tanker, and we've got a small nondescript freighter. These guys are going 9 knots. So, you know, chasing them down underwater, that's not really going to happen. That's okay, though, because we do have a deck gun. So let's go, and we don't need to emergency surface or crash dive. We just need to surface. So I guess I might as well just use that handy-dandy thingy there and see if we can't chase these guys down. Again, right off the bat, I'm not using the submarine as you should. It's an ambusher, not a hunter. Well, I mean, I guess it's a hunter, but it's an ambushing hunter thingy. Why did you go there? I don't want you there. Go away. Okay, anyway, let's get on deck. And first things, let's go to the deck gun, inform the crew that they will be aiming at the waterline, even though we're a ways out. Let's see if we can't chase these guys down. Now, they're going 9 knots, and we're going 6. So we are going to have to kick up our speed, which which means our deck gun is going to be horribly inaccurate. And in fact, perhaps aiming at the waterline is not the best bet. We'll just aim for the hull. Aim for the hull. That should be the easiest thing to hit. And I think that was a contact. So, well, our deck gunner, who is currently... Let's see who's manning the deck gun. Oh, we might as well order everybody to battle stations. We are in battle. Who's on the deck gun right now? We have Heinrich Ostermann, who's, watch standing, yeah. Or maybe it's Bjorn Schmidt? I don't know, or heck, it could be Edgar Engelbert. Or Heinrich T. Mayer. I don't know who's manning the gun, but whoever it is hopefully doing a good job. We're going 11 knots now, so we should be able to catch these guys, I'm thinking, unless, of course, these jerks have picked up their speed. Let's see, no, they're going slow. So that's good. Let's hit the cheaty view and go investigate, see if we've done any damage yet. Looks like the tanker may be running some sort of blocking run on the small freighter in front of it. Oh, that was a miss. It was a close miss, though. We haven't drawn the attention of their gun yet, which is a good thing. We certainly are wasting ammunition. This guy... Oh no, they got like anti-aircraft guns, little machine guns. Not something I'm going to be too worried about. We can see the Columbia there off in the distance, kicking up some sea, trying to get in as quick as we possibly can. Ranges aren't going all that well, but hey, that's okay. We'll be able to catch these guys. I think anyway. Oh, that might be a little bit of an explosion going on the tanker there. That's a good sign. And thankfully the seas are not all that rough. One of the joys of working on the Pacific is, you know, it's a very calm sea. So they're about, I think, 4 kilometers out. Let me just double check the map. Let's get some cheaty. Yeah, 47. 4.7 kilometers, I guess, would be the precise way to put that. So, about like that, and then, boom. See how that does. May have been a bit too high. I'm not sure. If we aim for a high spot on the ship, well, that's quite a lot of water we're kicking up now. I think the seas heard my comment about them being nice and smooth. We don't have too many rounds left, so I think what I'm going to want to do here is try and conserve ammunition as much as possible. We don't want to run out of ammo. That's for true. Kind of go off in that direction. Should be good. Cut through those waves. Let's get close. Check the map, see how close we are, and this is really where I miss having a mini-map. I guess it's more realistic to do it this way, but you know what? I'm a fan of easy, and right now, I miss my mini-map. So these guys are about like that. I would suggest... Let's get this spray kicking down. That was close. That was very close. We're getting closer. think you can see their shells falling into the water as well. Well, that may have been a hit. One thing I am going to do, though, is just switch to my armor-piercing rounds. We only have 60 of them. But, it feels like that might be a good idea. That was a bit shy. So we can bump that up, maybe to about 2. Maybe a bit higher than 2. And I think we're getting close now. These waves. Granted, I'm going 11 knots. I probably don't need to be going that quickly now. That sounded like a shell, didn't it? But, now that we've closed the distance, what we could do is go to periscope depth and see if we can't do some damage with our handy-dandy periscope. Now, of course, I could have launched these from the deck, but I don't necessarily know that I want to do that. Come on, don't keep firing the deck gun. We're going underwater. We're still about 2.5 kilometers out, 3, almost 4 kilometers from that tanker. But, yeah, that tanker's definitely taken some damage. And I don't know what we've done to the small freighter. What's this? The men are at their battle stations. Okay, good. Good, that's precisely where we want them. Now we're going 6 knots. That guy's going 5. That guy's going 12. We are going to have to kick up speed to try and hunt him down. But what we can do right now, we got that tube flooded? I hope we do. It does take a while for these torpedoes to get in the water. That's for true. Let's hit the old shooting map and just see. Yeah, that guy turned the exact opposite direction from where I needed him to go. One of these days, I'll understand completely how this auto-targeting system works, but until that happens, this is what we're going to wind up doing. We're going to kick up time acceleration so we can get closer in to this freighter. I'm thinking a kilometer would be a fairly decent distance. Yeah, I'm aware that torpedo missed. Nope, don't need to pause. But what we can do here, looks like that reloaded relatively quickly. I appreciate that, guys. If we... loose a torpedo like that. Again, I'm not sure if that's going to be what I want to do. No, definitely not. The ships in this game are far better at taking evasive maneuvers than the ships in Silent Hunter 5. I'll give them that. The AIs got better. Alright, I'm not sure why we dropped out of time acceleration there, but we did. What are we sitting at? A kilometer out? That is getting to be a bit better. Let's flood tube 2. And I think just selecting it floods it. So I'm not sure if that's why it takes so long to to fire a torpedo because it's flooding, or what? But, sorry, train of thought, choo-chooing along. Oh, that is so close. We're getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting closer. I'm sure the crew of the Columbia is like, are we really sure this guy's a U-boat ace? You can't even get a good firing solution on a small freighter, and that tanker is slowly getting away. Calm yourself, crew. Güntram von Babenberg knows what he's up to. We can get in nice and close now, I think. Because really, that's the trick. The closer we are, the less time they're going to have to maneuver themselves away from this shot. So let's flood tube 3, ladies and gentlemen. Or I guess it's just gentlemen. There are no ladies on a World War II U-boat. And I'd like this angle to improve just a little bit. We'll try that. Anytime you want to send that torpedo in the water, would be super groovy, guys. That's probably going to wind up being a miss. Yep, indeed it is. That's fine. Screw the torpedoes. We're back on deck here. Aim at the water line when we get up on deck. And we can't get to the bridge just yet. Oops. We can now. Yeah, I'm aware the torpedo missed. These things happen. No, definitely man the gun. But I want to man the gun, so you know that's the thing. Oh, here comes the machine gun. Thankfully, machine gun fire isn't too big of a concern. I don't think. We're under attack. I'm aware, gentlemen. Come on, load. I think what we're going to do... Oh yeah, this is high explosive rounds. Good, okay. So we'll try and get down just a little bit lower. Alright, first gun we're going to aim for is the guy in the back. Probably need to get that a bit higher, but I think we've... No, we haven't scared him off. My word, we do not need to be going this quickly. It makes me wonder, did we return fire with our own anti-aircraft weapons, mainly the big anti-aircraft gun? That would be my question. Yeah, I'm aware, but you know what? It's probably not extreme. And really, we just need to get this guy dead, and we'll be safe. That's all we need to do. So just keep your heads cool. We'll raise that up just a little bit. Torpedo missed. Yeah, that's not really a surprise. Maybe just a little bit higher. Oh, that killed that guy. I like that. Now, let's hit that mini-map, or the main map, and see... No, why are you going all the way down there? We got another freaking ship to go after.
Yes, sir.
Let's also, while we've got the time, just check to see if we've taken much in the way of damage. Taken a little bit of hull damage, but I'm not really worried about that. We can definitely get our periscope down. And yeah, one thing I do want to check. Obviously, we're too far away now to, I think, effectively hit this ship. But hey, the more guns we can get shooting at that freighter, the better. I guess it's a tanker. I think those might be hitting, if I'm honest. Or they could be the deck gun that's hitting. I'm not exactly sure which one is getting the positive reports. This guy is doing his damnedest to get away from us, and I don't appreciate it. This isn't even a mission. But I think we can head down to Amboina there and resupply before we go off to our actual mission objective. Let's hit the deck gun. That guy has got a severe list. I like it. Oh, no, that is way too short range. Come on. Is that even close enough, I wonder? Shots that are missing. It's almost bang on the correct range. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, or I guess gentlemen, Güntram is an ace. That's another ship down. So let's go back to that speed and let's set course for the friendly port down here, just so we can resupply our guns. And while we're at it, that did not take long to go under. Right on, guys. Well, half an hour into the mission, and we've doubled our kill total. I'm thinking that's pretty successful. That small freighter is gone, the tanker is gone, and no lifeboats this time. Oh, wait, maybe I lied. Did I lie? Am I a dirty, rotten liar? Oh, we can... It's too dark to see anything now. We can kind of see the bubbles. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We lost the bubbles. Alright, well, I'm not gonna dick around on that far under the water where you can't see a thing. Let's finish this course. And get ourselves a resupply. You don't have to get too close to the port to resupply in this game. I appreciate that. But there we go. That's not a bad way to start a mission, or start a video, is it? I don't think so. I quite enjoyed it. One thing we should check is, not that, but this. There we go. And 8% hull damage. All of our systems are doing just fine, so really all they managed to achieve, I believe, is a couple of paint scratches. Perhaps putting a few dents in the Albrecht rubber coating. But for the most part, I think our sub's doing okay. We got no critical holes. We got no deaths. That rubber coating looks like it's starting to peel. I wonder if we have to replace that as time goes on. We might. Kind of like a vinyl wrap. I guess? Yeah, it's kind of like a vinyl wrap. Anyway, now that I'm talking about vinyl wraps and 21st century things in a World War II U-boat sim, that tells me it's time to stop the recording and show you guys something that's going to be a bit more exciting. We can get into Ambonia, resupply, and then continue on to our mission objective. I think that's not a bad idea. Incomplete still. Might as well inform Comsub pack. I'm pretty sure that's not the German word. That, you know, we sunk 2 more ships. They should be pretty pleased. And there's no reason to keep the crew at battle stations, gentlemen. Where is that? Feel free to go about your daily duties. We're going to keep the auto-loading on. And one thing that I do need to remember to be cognizant about. In this game, charging your batteries uses more fuel. So in Silent Hunter 5, the battery chargers just worked without burning fuel. To get our battery power back up to 100%, we're going to burn a bit more diesel fuel. I'm not concerned. We've got 84% fuel, and we'll be getting more when we arrive in Ambonia there. But later on, that's something I'm going to have to keep in the back of my mind, because it's going to get crazy. I don't know if it will, but I think it might. Anyway, see you guys with something more interesting. Alright, well, consider me well informed. As you can see, we're at the quiet, tiny little Japanese port here, with a freighter sitting there, and we got another freighter sitting there. It's a nice quiet evening in a beautiful Pacific location. Absolutely calm and magnificent and just serene. Aside from the siren that's going off. I don't know whose that is. It's not mine, but notice we've got no resupply thingy up top there. So that tells me, yes, sir, first off, that we should start backing out of here. And secondly, you can't resupply at every port. I would imagine, if that is the case, you can only resupply in the ports with the thingies, with the anchors. And then, like I say, I think you can only repair at the ports with the anchor and the fish hook thingy, because fishing is critical to resupplying. That's fine. I'm not that concerned. If we take a look at our submarine systems here, we might as well. We got to pull them in this way first. And then we can reload the tubes once they're loaded into the four reserves. And then we can pull the rest of those external reserves out, bring them into the 4 reserves, and then we should have fully loaded torpedoes all set and ready to go. In the meantime, I think we're just going to continue heading down here, although considering the amount of deck gun ammunition we've blown through, it might not be a bad idea to head to Surabaya, because I don't think we will be able to resupply at an airbase, but I bet we could resupply at Surabaya here. We don't need fuel or anything like that, but really just replace shell losses, and then everything should be tickety-boo. We'll do that. We'll go ahead. Yes, sir. Ahead standard. Ooh. It's fairly specific of you. Should have said fairly Pacific of you, and got a little pun in there. I will endeavor to do better next time. I apologize to all my viewers. You expect a better quality of entertainment, and I shall provide it. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Provide better quality of entertainment, of course, but we're going to head this way for a bit of a resupply first. I think that's a good idea. And we should be well and clear away from port. We are. That's beautiful. I love it. We'll see you guys when I've got something exciting to show you. Alright guys, so it's a bit of a cloudy, foggy day. The crew is still doing their job spotting as best as they can. But you can see, let's go to the map view. We're a fair distance still from Surabaya, but this game is nice. It lets us refit out here, which is lovely. We've got our refit complete. So let's pull a 180. And while the crew accomplishes that, let's just make sure we've got everything we need. So we still have a bit of damage, but that's okay. I'm not concerned about that. 8% damage is fine. We can repair that at another time. We've got a full load of torpedoes. It looks like steam and T2s, I would imagine. Yep. So T1s, T2s, we're good. We've got our tubes loaded. We've got our 4 reserves. We're just all set and ready to go to finally, I hope, engage some Australians. So, excuse me, while I clear my throat, we are going to come along here. These are friendly waters, so they're going to be nice and safe. And then we'll just sneak on through. And next thing you know, we're coming in, finally, to SZ-72. We can start doing some sinking. So, I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are too. We'll see you when we get there. Alright, so we got a new message from the BDU. I'm pretty sure it's the BDU who's sending this and not the Americans. Sink 5,000 tons of enemy merchant shipping in grid SZ-72. So what this means is finally we've completed our mission to make our way to the grid. Now we just got to find ourselves pretty much one ship to sink in this area. I have a feeling it's a pretty big area. So, you know, we shouldn't have issues completing this mission. One of the cool things about Silent Hunter 4 that Silent Hunter 5 really kind of missed out on. It's a very minor little UI thing, but I love it. I love this when it works. It's this thing here. The search pattern automatically amends a set of waypoints in a search pattern to the end of your plotted course. So, we can see here, this is our destination. We are going to be arriving in SZ-72 in about 7 and 8 hours. What we can do is then click on search pattern. And boom, check that out. We've got a nice preset little search pattern grid to run in SZ-72. Ooh, that saves so much clicking. I love it. It's great. Anyway, I will be back when we find something in this area of operation to sink so we can get this mission completed and do something else. I don't know, maybe head back, get the scratches buffed out or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out when we need to. See you guys in a bit. Well, it took us a little while, but I'm glad I stuck with it. We've got ourselves a merchant. He is 14 kilometers away. Coming down in this general direction. So if we position ourselves something like that, I'm thinking periscope depth. I don't need the observation periscope up, but I don't think that I'll have much of a control over that at the moment. We could go to it and tell it to drop down, which is lovely. So let's get ourselves into position. And careful, of course, of the time acceleration here. Let's pop up that attack periscope, shall we? I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'm thinking we might actually have a good old-fashioned sneaky shot on this guy. And actually, what I can do to assist me here, we will just select that and do a lock. So now we'll stay locked onto this guy as he comes sailing on by. Slowly ticking away. And like I say, I don't think this guy knows we're here. That's the critical thing. We're being sneaky this time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get in nice and close. slow that down. We don't need to pause. Looks like it might be a British ship, or it might be an Australian ship. I'm pretty sure that's British, though. What we can do is we can get ourselves a little bit cheaty. Why not? And investigate. Nope. It's just a British merchant marine vessel. Well, I'm sure back in the British merchant marine port, these guys have shared stories way back in England, talking about all of the craziness between the Atlantic and the Pacific. What do we got here? Is this a T2? I think we're going to go with Tube 4 here, actually. And, well, their, you know, European friends would talk about the fears of Güntram von Babenberg. These Pacificers would be talking about other things, other threats that they face. Japanese submarine captains, no doubt, who were the bane of the Royal Navy out here. Well, now, these Pacific crewmen get to deal with Güntram von Babenberg. Now, I notice it says closing tube 3, closing tube 1. I'm not sure if tube 4 is actually opening or not, but, you know, I think it is. It's gotta be. It's selected. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna be patient and wait. We know, at least I'm fairly confident, we know that this freighter doesn't know we're here. It's only a small freighter though, so I don't know if this is gonna actually be enough to count. If we go and take a look at, oh, where is it? Here. We go and take a look at our captain's log. We can see the previous small split freighter that we sunk was only about 2,400 tons, and we need 5. So if this is going to be a success, we're going to need 2 of these guys. And right now, there's only 1. I'm not going to worry myself too much about that, because, obviously, we've got a target. So one must sink it. Also, I'm wanting to try and get it as close to a quote-unquote zero-bearing launch as possible. That way we'll smack right dab into the middle of it. It'll be the easiest shot for the torpedo to make, and you want easy shots on the torpedo, because there's going to be more of a guarantee that you're going to hit the damn ship you're aiming at. So we're just going to slowly get this around. Following, 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 and now we've got a green. Tube 4, Los. Come on, get in the water. There we go. Let's inspect our attack map. And I'm thinking that's going to be a pretty decent shot. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I'm no expert, but I think this will be worth a jump to the GD view.
Torpedo is a Dutch, sir.
Oh, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Why did I turn that option on? Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Steam torpedo, go. I mean, they know we're here now. I'm sure someone heard a big freaking metal tube clang against the side of the freighter. And yeah, the reason why I wanted to use the T2 there was because they're wakeless, right? So they're not going to see it. But they know we're here. I imagine they'll be wanting to take some kind of evasive maneuver. But these good old-fashioned steam torpedoes should be able to do just as much damage. Especially against a tiny boat like this. I guess it's a bit rude to call it a boat. A tiny freighter like this. Come on, come on. Oh, that's looking good. No idea what that explosion was. Ha-ha! It's a good day to be Güntram von Babenberg. And a crew of the Columbia, of course. We're not seeing any hull damage, but we are seeing fire coming from this ship, which is always a good thing. I think the next course of action here is we are going to conserve our torpedoes.
New depth. 5.
And we're on deck. Oh, don't need that. What I need is that. Let's bring it around. It's about 1 kilometer out. And now we can just finish this guy off with the deck gun, as is necessary sometimes. Hello, machine guns. Gun loading, gun loaded. Boom. Yeah, keep shooting into the sea, and that'll save your asses. Something tells me you guys are not going to be around for too much longer. With that being the case, and considering how close we are, I think we can leave the rest of the shooting to the crew. Oh, we don't need to. She's been destroyed. Punched quite a few holes in her. The damage model in this game is far better. The ships are less detailed, but yeah, it's a lot better when it comes to the actual important things, which is sinking these ships. So there she goes, going under. It's another one to add to the tally, ladies and gentlemen. Enemy unit destroyed, and away they go. Oh, little explosions while she goes under. Any survivors? I don't think so. Those explosions made me nervous for a second, thinking maybe there was a ship that I didn't see. But we're not taking damage. There's what appears to be empty boxes just floating around. So I don't know what kind of damage we did to the Australian food industry this time. Perhaps it was running a cargo of kangaroo meat. I don't know. All I know is we're halfway done to completing this mission. If I check it out, we still have a little bit more to sink, but we're well on our way. I think that's going to be a good place to leave the video for today. Hopefully this is going to be short enough that I can get it into 1080p. If it is, obviously, you guys will see this game in all its glory. And if not, I do apologize, but you got to do what you got to do to get these things out. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. 34,000 tons. We're slowly climbing the ranks. This is what we were meant to do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.